Hi everybody, and welcome to Nomad Nation Shop Talk. We're giving away something really cool. We're going to give away a Milwaukee Fuel 18-volt half-inch impact gun. Stay tuned to the end of the video and we'll show you how. Hi everybody, I'm Dave Gorden, owner of Off Road Nomads, and this is Nomad Nation Shop Talk, a podcast about all things shop related. Today I want to introduce you to our apprentice, Caden Howard. He's been with us for about a month now. Caden is currently in the automotive technology program at one of our local colleges. Caden, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and why you decided to pursue a career in automotive technology?
Yeah, Dave, the reason why I really wanted to start here is, first of all, when I grew up, I used to go to it was actually a local car show up in Indiana called Ducktail Run. And I went there every year for my birthday with my grandparents and my parents. It was about a 9-hour drive. That pretty much started the whole spark of me wanting to deal with cars and wrenching on off-road vehicles in this case. I started here actually through my parents. I mean, they had the Jeep in here with had a few problems. Came in here, you guys fixed it up real nice. And wanted to get my foot in the door of one of these local shops, and this is a great opportunity, and I'm glad Dave took the opportunity to take me in and teach me some new things.
Yeah, no, we're glad to have you here. So tell a little bit about, so what's your first memory from the car shows? I mean, how long did you go to those? What's your earliest
Really, honestly, it may sound funny, but the biggest memory is smell. I know, right? But it's just that smell. We had a Jeep in here. It had a 318 in it, and it had that same cylinder smell. And every time it starts up, that's what I flash back to. And, my grandpa actually had a Ford Fairlane, which is the main reason we used to go to that car show.
Yeah, that Jeep had a 304, by the way.
Oh, of course it did. I thought it was. He told me 318.
Yeah,
liar. So he told me I'd get to drive it one day, and then of course he ends up selling it.
Yeah.
And then he actually ended up getting it's a 1949. It's a coupe. I think it was a Chevy.
Mm-hmm. Chevy coupe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did get to drive that. I actually took my senior pictures in that car.
Oh, yeah?
They were pretty cool. So, and I was wearing a Ford shirt.
Well, that's all right. So, all right, well, good. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about the program that you're in at the college? Take us through a day in the life of Caden at school.
So on the days that I do have school, which is like 2 days a week, yeah, and on Mondays and Wednesdays, I get up at around 6:30, 6 o'clock. I get up, get ready to go to school, and what I'm currently in right now is the engine disassembly and reassembly and measuring unit, which is probably one of my favorites so far. I mean, it's my only in-person class right now because of what's going on. Mm-hmm. At first, it was all online, and it was a bunch of prerequisites, and I just wanted to get out of there as fast as I could, make sure I got the best grades I possibly could. And now I'm in person, and this is my second semester at school, so it's actually going really good. I'm currently tearing down a 2.2-liter Chevy Cobalt motor, and I've got it completely torn down, threw it through the wash, and now we're reassembling it and measuring out the tolerances of the camshaft and crankshaft and all that other good stuff. So.
Oh, yeah, all that. What's the favorite thing that you've done so far?
Well, honestly, the favorite thing I've done so far is actually tear down that motor entirely. I mean, that was a brand new experience that I had, and of course I like learning new things,
Yeah. And that's one of the things too about working here at the shop is you're getting some real life experience. Like this Cherokee behind us here, we ripped out the motor was locked up. We ripped it out of there, and we've got this remanufactured crate motor getting ready to go back in. Cade's been a real big part of that. He actually started the tear down on this, took the front clip off, and really got it prepped to be pulled. And then we pulled the old motor, and we're going to start dressing this new one back up, putting the new gaskets and seals and all that in there, and then you'll have a good hand in putting it back together.
And that's a real-life example of how learning or finding new knowledge in this college that I'm in, and I'm applying that directly to this build. I mean, I was tearing down that motor, and now I'm tearing down another motor here, and it helps out so much. Make sure you got to have education.
It's a little different when it's for a customer, though, isn't it?
But that is
and
true.
You got your boss breathing down your neck the whole time. But yeah, no. So what would you tell people out there that are thinking about going to tech school or going to you're an associate program, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what would you tell people about getting started? I mean, what are some of the things that they can expect?
First of all, take care of your body. That's the first thing. I get yelled at all the time by anybody older than me to take care of my body. So that's the big thing. Honestly, another thing is you're young. Try as many things as you can. And we do need more people in the trade, of course. But, I mean...
Well, we need more skilled people in the trade. There's plenty of people in the trade. We
course.
need more skilled people in the trade.
We need more people in the trade willing to learn.
Yeah.
How about that, Dave? Yeah.
Yep. And that's, in this day and age, kind of what we touched on earlier is whether it be automotive technology or any trade, really, the supply of good, solid, skilled workers is a short supply. And so you're going to be able to write your own ticket. I mean, whether you want to own a shop of your own or work in anything in the automotive industry, really. I mean, any skilled trade, you're going to be able to write your own ticket.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what it's like working here. Has anything surprised you? Have you learned anything that you didn't know?
A lot of stuff about suspension work. I've never really, I messed around on my truck, my personal vehicle, on some suspension. And I mean, it's nothing, no lift kits. I mean, that's what we've been doing in here. Mm-hmm. I've done a few lift kits with our shop manager, and that was pretty interesting to watch and learn a few new things. I mean, the differential. I mean, the fact that there's a differential separator to make it easier to get gears in and out of the differential it was new to me because I had asked and I was like, what is that? And then he goes, well, that's to make sure that the spacing in between, so you're not fighting that on the way in or on the way out, and you can easily change it out, set your backlash and all that other good stuff. Mm-hmm. And I did learn about backlash on a differential as well, so that was pretty interesting. And honestly, some of the expectations when I came in here were met. I mean, the moment I came in here, Dave was nice and inviting. He's super kind. And
don't let that get out there.
You know what? You started that way, and you haven't changed since. I mean,
well, that's just it. I mean, my philosophy is I expect people. I treat people with the same respect that I expect them to treat me with, and
treat people the way you want to be treated.
There's no sense in throwing tools and getting mad and cursing and screaming. But yeah, you're right. Being a mechanic is not an easy job.
No.
It is not an easy job, and especially when you get into a shop like ours where we do anything and everything from tires and wheels to installing communication devices, whether CB radios, ham radios, whatever, full engine swaps to, installing a LED headlights. I mean, we do everything here. So, and then on top of that, you throw in the off-road world, where half the Jeeps and other off-road vehicles that we get in here, the undercarriage is covered with mud. It's rusty bolts don't want to come off. We use the torch quite a bit. We weld brackets back together, and we do all kinds of different stuff. So there's actually that added element of difficulty in what we do because of the nature of our customers.
You know what? If you're a shop apprentice, be ready to clean. Because you got to clean up after this guy. Every time. You got to clean up after your shop manager. Yeah. Because you know what? That's what you were hired to do.
Well,
so do it.
That's part of it. Yeah, there's more to it, than being than being a mop and bucket person. But, he's right. Being an apprentice is not necessarily all that glorious at times. But, when you do jump in, you get your hands dirty. Like Caden does. Caden's not afraid to do anything. He'll jump in and help. Sometimes he gets in the way, but most of the time he's right in there with us and he wants to learn. So, got anything you want to add before we wrap up?
Don't be afraid to get dirty.
So that's all the time we have today. But before we let you go, I want to tell you how you can win the Milwaukee Fuel 18-volt half-inch impact gun. All you have to do is subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave us a comment below. We want to get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible, and we need your help. If you're one of those first 1,000 subscribers, you will automatically be entered to win the Milwaukee 18-volt cordless impact gun. This thing has got over 1,400 pounds of torque, it's valued over $500, and it can be yours. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment for your chance to win. If you have any questions or comments, be sure and hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel and hit that bell so that you remember, so you get notifications for when new videos are released. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was a terrible ending.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Try again.
Do it again.